Some relationships don't hurt all at once. They hurt slowly, quietly, so gradually you don't notice until you're already exhausted. You make excuses, you try harder, you tell yourself it will get better. But deep down, something keeps whispering, this isn't right. If you've been feeling drained, unseen, or like you're walking on eggshells, pay attention. Here are 8 signs you're in a toxic relationship, and it's time to leave. 1. You feel worse about yourself than you did before this relationship. Healthy relationships build you up. They make you feel capable, seen, and enough. But if you have spent months or years feeling more insecure, more doubtful, and less confident than you were before, that is not a coincidence. Toxic relationships erode your self-worth slowly, a criticism here, a dismissal there, small moments that stack up until you forget who you were before them. If this person makes you feel smaller, that is not love. That is damage. 2. You are always the one apologizing. Think about the last argument you had. Who reached out first? Who said sorry? Who closed the gap? In a toxic relationship, accountability only flows one way, toward you. They deflect, they go silent, they make you feel guilty for bringing up a problem in the first place. And somehow, by the end of every conflict, you are the one apologizing for something they did. That pattern is not an accident. It is control. 3. You feel anxious around them, not excited. There is a difference between butterflies and anxiety. Butterflies feel like anticipation. Anxiety feels like dread. If your heart races before you see them, not from excitement, but from wondering what mood they are in, that is a sign. If you rehearse conversations in your head before having them, if you walk on eggshells trying not to say the wrong thing, if their silence makes your stomach drop, that is not a relationship. That is a performance review you never stop preparing for. 4. Your needs are consistently ignored. In a healthy relationship, your needs matter. Not sometimes, not when it is convenient, consistently. But in a toxic relationship, your needs are treated as inconveniences. You are too sensitive, too needy, too much. So you start shrinking, you stop asking, you convince yourself you do not need much, but you do. Every person does. And anyone who makes you feel guilty for having basic human needs, for love, for consistency, for respect, is not a safe person to build a life with. 5. They make you feel isolated. Toxic relationships rarely stay between 2 people. Slowly, quietly, the outside world starts to shrink. Maybe they make comments about your friends. Maybe they need more of your time than feels normal. Maybe every time you spend time with others, there is tension waiting when you get back. Psychologists call this isolation, and it is one of the most consistent signs of a toxic dynamic. Because a person who truly loves you does not need to be your only world. They want you to have one. 6. The good moments feel like rewards for surviving the bad ones. Every toxic relationship has good days, moments of warmth, laughter, connection, reminders of why you stayed. But pay attention to when those good moments come. Do they appear right after a conflict? Right when you were about to leave? Right when you needed them most desperately? If the good only comes after the bad, that is not love cycling back. That is a pattern keeping you in place. Psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement. Your nervous system learns to survive the bad to get back to the good. You are not staying because you are weak. You are staying because you are conditioned to. 7. You have lost touch with who you were before this relationship. Think about who you were before this person. Your interests, your friendships, your energy, your confidence. Now think about who you are today. If the answer feels like a smaller, quieter, more cautious version of yourself, that is not growth. That is erosion. Healthy relationships do not ask you to disappear into them. They make room for you to become more yourself, not less. If you cannot remember the last time you felt fully like yourself, that is the most important sign on this list. 8. You have already thought about leaving, more than once. This is the one people dismiss most quickly. They tell themselves everyone has doubts, everyone has hard days. Thinking about leaving does not mean you should. But here is what psychology actually says. That voice, the one that has quietly wondered what your life would look like without them, is not weakness. It is not disloyalty. It is your instinct trying to protect you. You have heard it more than once. You have silenced it more than once. Maybe it is time to finally listen.
Leaving is not failure. Staying in something that is slowly draining you, hoping it will change, that is the harder thing, the more exhausting thing. You did not get here because you were foolish. You got here because you cared, because you tried, because you believed in the person and in what you had. That is not something to be ashamed of. But caring about someone is not a reason to lose yourself. You deserve a relationship that does not require you to shrink, that does not make you anxious, that does not leave you constantly apologizing for existing. You deserve consistency, safety, peace, not sometimes, every day. If this video described your relationship, save it. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you are not ready to leave yet, that is okay too. But now you have a name for what you have been feeling, and that is always where it starts. Subscribe to Mind Exposed, because we decode the relationships, the patterns, and the feelings that are hardest to put into words. We'll see you in the next one.